campaign in the Ekiti State governorship election 2026 as we now see candidates and the people of the state in the final push for who becomes the next governor of the state for the next 4 years. The incumbent governor, Biodun Yebanji, wants to return, but there are those on the ballot who wants to push him out. And we're here live for you in the state to give you all of the coverage in the Ekiti State governorship election. And a civil rights organization, Women Empowerment and Legal Aid, is raising fresh concerns over the continued abduction of school children across Nigeria, questioning the effectiveness of the Safe Schools initiative launched in 2014. Hello everyone, welcome to this special edition of Politics Today, live on Channels Television. We're reaching you from our makeshift studio in Ado-Ekiti, the capital of Ekiti State, where the people of the state are waiting anxiously to determine for themselves who will lead them in the next 4 years in a governorship election that matters so much to their livelihood, their welfare, the governance of the state, infrastructure, and the future of their children, and in fact those yet unborn. Welcome everyone. Channel Television is on the ground across all the local government areas, and our reporters will be combing every nook and cranny of the 16 local government areas of the state, and of course we'll be bringing you all the details that you know. And guess what? We're bringing you even more on Channel Television in Yaga Africa, our partners in election coverage. We'll be bringing back ERA, the election result aggregation and viewing data and dashboard, where you have the opportunity to see for yourself real time as those results are entering into the IREV, and we will be crunching the figures and the number and the result for you. Forget anybody who thinks they can rig the election. We are monitoring for transparency for the people of Ekiti State. It is a very momentous moment for the people of the state, and you need to cash in on that moment. It's a litmus test for the election in Osun and the general election of 2027, so that the votes of the average person and the voter will count. So stick with us throughout this period up until election and the result. The winners are determined. Channel Television, through these transparency mechanism and tool, will be ensuring that the vote count, and we'll be covering the election for you. Thank you so much everyone for joining us tonight. Let me first and foremost get started with one of the major stories that concern about the abductions in school. So a civil society organization, Women Empowerment and Legal Aid, is raising fresh concerns over the continued abduction of school children across Nigeria, and is questioning the sense behind the Safe School initiative that was launched in 2014 following the Chibok school girls abduction. There was a statement which was signed by its chairperson, Fumi Falano, SAN. The organization says that despite significant funding of that initiative and the commitment, including an initial $20 million and subsequent allocations under the National Plan on Financing Safe Schools, attacks on schools and mass kidnappings have persisted. And that organization is asking the federal government to be more proactive, and they've listed a long list of measures to take to avoid future recurrence. There's so much more for us to tell you. The National Economic Council meeting has held, the Governors Forum has held their meetings, and there are very fundamental decisions that are made, that have been decided on flooding and state policing, and all of those reports I will bring it to you. Before I will give you those who are the frontline candidates in this election tonight on the program. Stick around with me. Let me serve you with some of your political roundup stories. The political roundup stories just in a moment. But let's tell you that governors of Nigeria at their meeting are restating their commitment to the establishment of state police and reforms in the electricity sector. They came to an agreement after their meeting in Abuja. During the meeting, the governors deliberated issues affecting the country, noting a dedicated consultation with the attorneys general of the Federation to review the proposed constitutional amendments and frameworks for their decision.
At our meeting held today, deliberated on issues affecting the country, and following extensive deliberations, the forum resolved as follows. The forum received a presentation from the NGF Secretariat and a delegation of the Honorable Attorneys General of the states on efforts to support establishing state police in Nigeria. It noted a dedicated consultation with the Attorney General to review the proposed constitutional amendments and frameworks. Governors emphasized the need for the state police to be constitutionally sound and aligned with federalism and citizens' rights. The forum noted the collaborative effort and added that the consultation outcomes will strengthen the state's collective position. The forum received a presentation on the National Solar Supergrid Initiative, NSSG, a proposal to expand electricity access through large-scale, decentralized solar generation integrated with a national high-voltage transmission network. The forum noted the initiative's potential to support industrialization, improve energy security, strengthen state electricity markets, and accelerate economic growth. Governors reiterated their commitment to ongoing power sector reforms and to strengthening collaboration among stakeholders to expand access to reliable and affordable electricity for Nigerians.
All right, then, there you have it. The governor of Ogun State, that we're building after the Governors Forum meeting, which held in Abuja. Let's now serve you with some of your political roundup stories. The guy cooking it in the kitchen, I understand, is ready with it. These are your top political stories for today.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has distributed sensitive materials ahead of Saturday's by-election in the Rivers Southeast Senatorial District. The by-election, which is being conducted to fill the vacant seat following the death of Senator Barry Impigi, will hold across 7 local government areas. The affected local government areas are Kana, Gokana, Tai, Eleme, Andoni, Opobo Nkoro, and Oyigbo. According to the Form EC9 further published by INEC, 4 political parties, AA, APC, LP, and PDP, will participate in the elections. The federal government and state governments have renewed their commitment to strengthening intelligence sharing and interagency collaboration to address Nigeria's growing security challenges. This was the focus of the 2026 Federal and State Security Administrators meeting, which was held in Jos Plateau State, where top security officials resolved to deepen cooperation in tackling terrorism, cybercrime, communal conflicts, and other emerging threats. The Yoruba Social Political Organization, Afenifere, says the recent disclosure by the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde that abductors of school children and their teachers in Orire local government area of the state are hiding in a forest covering 10 local government areas has deepened concern for the state of insecurity in the heartland of the Yoruba land in Nigeria. The group noted that the situation calls for a more focused and more concerted action from the authorities concerned. The Afenifere, in a press statement issued by his National Publicity Secretary, Comrade Jare Ajayi, noted that the abduction of school children in Oyo and Borno states over a month ago puts a serious slur on what would have been a joyous celebration of the 27th uninterrupted civil rule in Nigeria. The People's Democratic Party leadership in Oyo State has added its voice to those of Nigerians calling for the release of the 46 abducted victims from Orire local government area of the state. The call came on the heels of a rally aimed at unifying members of the party and to remember the late strongman of Ibadan politics, Lamidi Adedibu, who died 17 years ago. Led by its governorship candidate, Hazim Bolarumi, the walk, which began from his Bodija home, moves through Bodija Secretariat, Total Garden, Bere, Idiarere, and finally to the residence of the Kate politician at Ibadan. The governor of Edo State, Mondo Okpebolo, has reiterated his vow to sign the death warrants of persons convicted of kidnapping and cultism in Edo State. The governor disclosed this at the Edo State Police Command headquarters in Benin City, the Edo State capital, following the arrest of suspects, including one connected to the kidnap of a woman at the vegetable market around Airport Road, Benin City on Sunday. Governor Okpebolo said the state will set up special courts to ensure the expeditious trial of kidnap and cultism suspects.
There you have it, your political roundup stories for the day. So earlier today in Ado-Ekiti, we saw a lot of activities. Well, very unusual for me covering elections on a day like this. The city, the towns around the state will be agog. You'll be seen dancing, singing across the street. But I didn't see much of that. In fact, it's been a long time I jumped on Okada. I did a few times today. I enjoyed myself. The breeze came on me naturally. Ekiti State is such a rustic, a very beautiful atmosphere, welcoming, homely people. And when elections are coming, the people of Ekiti State are highly politically sensitive. You cannot take that away from them. But we saw the distribution and organization for the logistics surrounding election materials for the Saturday election. The people of the state will be going to the poll to elect their governor. Governor Oyebanjo wants to return for a second term. There are those who are in the opposition who says, no, his time is up and he needs to go. But what the contest lies is at the polling unit. So we saw a lot of activities around the Central Bank of Nigeria, where we saw security operatives, the media, INEC, observer groups were there to monitor the distribution of election materials, some of those sensitive and non-sensitive materials that are being organized. But the race is very intense. Some you may not see or hear, but how will the race pan out on Saturday? Tonight, I'm being joined by one of The top contender in the race is a candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Wole Oluyede, is live for us here in our makeshift studio here in Adokiti. It's a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
How is it coming? The final day of the campaign.
Well,
you look so calm, collected.
Honestly, I think it's looking very good for the PDP this time around. I'm surprised you said you didn't see much in Ado-Ekiti. I haven't been in Ado-Ekiti until you invited me to come in today. But my hometown, Ikere-Ekiti, which is just a few miles across the road, is full of. I actually came here from a political rally, and incidentally, the PDP, the APC too had something similar in the morning. It's a little bit smaller, but we had a big gig on my way here. I'm sure it's going to be a good contest. It's been good, but I'm really, really very hopeful. I think I'm going to emerge as the governor of Ekiti State come Saturday. There are a few challenges, especially issues of intimidation by the ruling party, issues about suppressing votes and attempts. Look, there are evidence to show that there are a lot of people that we don't know, new faces in town that people assume are thugs. They are definitely not. They are not security men. They are full of hotels.
You've started seeing them around.
We started seeing them.
And you're suspecting that these might be agents for the election.
For the agents for the election.
Are they your people?
No, we don't do that. We are not interested in that. We are interested in a free and fair election coming up. But my people, actually, I can tell you a list of hotels that I know they are there. They are there. There are people that are not native to this state, and they don't look like security.
They are not journalists?
No, they don't look like journalists.
They are not security guys?
They don't look like security.
They don't belong to your party?
They don't belong to my party. I don't know who they belong to.
Where do you suspect they...
Well, I'm not going to throw accusations, but those who have them. But we know where they are.
They are aliens.
They are aliens, and the purpose of their presence in Ekiti should be questioned. And look, Ekiti is almost a unitary state. We speak virtually the same language.
Homogeneous.
It's very homogeneous. We are usually very laid back, very friendly people. But this has been one of the most hostile election process that we've ever had. And
so the APC and the ruling party has not been hospitable.
No, they haven't.
And not been.
They actually have not played a fair game at all.
What gives you, apart from these alien that you say?
Well,
what are the other?
Okay, let me give you a few examples. We applied several times to use the pavilion in Ado-Ekiti. It is being controlled by the government. They didn't allow that. In my hometown, Ikere, we did the same thing. They refused until the crowd was too much for them, and the police had to open the place for them at the last minute. And look, we've had spate of arrests, and we have evidence that this, in actual fact, I am very, very, very wary and suspicious of the fairness of the present police force in Ekiti. Because in situations where your supporters are being arrested for reasons that you don't know and they can't explain, and when you have situations on the other hand that we have agents of the APC in my hometown attacking people with machetes and they are not arrested, then we should question that. We should ask.
Because the allegation is that most of you political parties and
politicians they
engage in these.
But you see, the difference is that I am different. I have decided to run a clean, fair election. It's just an election.
But they say this election is a walkover. The APC is.
Well, that's what they assume. Now they are running around. They are almost delusional. It started with we don't have an opposition. It started with somebody saying PDP is dead, and then all of a sudden we have a revived PDP that exists and is giving them a run for their money and their time.
So you are hopeful you are going to beat?
I am 100% sure that I'm
going
to defeat.
Oyebanji?
Yeah, I am 100%.
You think you are popular?
Sure. I know I am popular, and there's no doubt about it. You can walk the street, Shell.
Yeah, I've been walking the street.
Walk the street.
Each time I go for elections,
I'm not expecting
the most intelligent way of a journalist getting information is actually getting in the midst of the people and getting around. Questions. And by the way, I had a very hot pounded yam today with egusi and a foiro.
Where was it? Well, we don't. Actually, we eat, you are annoying in Kere, so maybe you didn't come to
By the way, I speak the language very well, so I hear what the people say also. But Dr. Oluyede, your campaign is built around the argument that Ekiti needs change. And you've said this a lot, but many voters will remember the last time around that the PDP governed this state, several years before they lost power. Why should Ekiti people believe that the PDP today is different from the PDP they previously rejected?
Well, it's actually really easy to know. The last person who was governor under the PDP has stated clearly before now that he has killed the PDP. And interestingly, he moved his PDP faction into the APC, and right now they are supporting the present governor. And since then, we have rebuilt PDP outside of him. We are having massive support of the people. You need to see our 16 local government tour, and you see how people are coming out to support us, to show interest in that. And they are really delighted to see that the PDP is revived. By the way, I need to tell you, the PDP is the biggest party in Ekiti State.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
You don't have Senator, you don't have Ayo Fayose? Well,
we definitely do not think we need Ayo Fayose now.
You don't have Oluchimi any longer?
Well, they all went there, and they were actually sent back.
So who are those that are with you right now?
Well, we have
apart from
people. We have the people.
Apart from...
we have the people. The people makes the party. We have the people. We have the people. We have all the former leaders. We have the wherewithal. It is the people. The election.
I'm not talking about the human resource. I'm talking about the material resource to run an election.
We do.
Elections are not cheap.
It's not cheap. So far, we've gotten here.
They said they will run you out of town.
Well, that's what they said.
And don't forget, in recent political history, the origin of stomach infrastructure
started
from Ekiti State.
It started with APC, incidentally.
Is it APC?
Yeah, it is.
No, it was actually Fayose.
No, it wasn't. I'll tell you. Well, I don't want to mention names, but it was started before that. Fayose's response in his return was to counter the stomach infrastructure. So it really started with the opposition party, the APC. But what I'm saying here right now is, yes, the only thing, and I'll tell you today that I'm 100% sure that the only way the APC can win this election is to use their old trick of vote by what they call Diboko Sebe.
By the way, Diboko Sebe means that collect a little in your pocket and go home and cook some soup.
Yes.
Right. And it's very popular around here.
Well, it is popular, but...
And those kind of stipend that they were giving is just enough to go and
That is exactly what we are trying to teach our people to understand about this government. This government has actually made poverty a background of whatever they want to do. They have deliberately made sure that nobody is thriving in this state. So that is why anybody would think, okay, if I go and collect 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira, but if you put the mathematics...
How much are you willing to give?
Well, I have not said I'm going to do anything like that. I have run on policy issues. I've told them what can make their lives better. I've talked about wealth creation rather than poverty as a mark word of what we are doing.
Look, Governor Yebanji's administration has gotten a lot of endorsements from prominent opposition figures,
do you know what I
prominent leaders, former governors, including political leaders who traditionally, just remember, belong to rival camps. And you see they've got a port of unity in the state. If the government is performing as badly as you suggest, why are many influential stakeholders
The truth about it is that we started with the endorsements in the first year of his first year anniversary. How can you measure that? And over the time, we have realized that so many of these political leaders that you talk about are not actually with him. They have all withdrawn. So if he has those endorsements, then where are we drawing our people from? Why is there so much of complaints about him? The truth about it is governance is not about endorsement. It's not about what I call prostrating politics. It is about your achievements. How much improvement have you brought to the lives of your people? What have you done to change their lives?
What is the center point of your campaign? Why should the people of Ekiti look in your direction?
The people of Ekiti should look in my direction because in the last 4 years, their lives have actually gotten worse than it has been.
You're talking about the other person. I'm asking what you would do.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look. The infrastructure in this state is terrible. You know that. You have gone around. That's why you have to ride the Okada, because there's really no...
I mean, I don't have the opportunity to in the city where I live.
Where you live,
but coming here, Okada is available.
Because
I've got to ride it, and I enjoy it.
That's the only way you can get around.
And guess what? All the time that I've been on the Okada, I was having conversation with the Okada guys.
People, and I'm sure they're talking
to you. That's one way to be able to have a sense of what is going on.
That all you have to do is to drive out and avoid potholes. The whole of the city is full of potholes.
But let me remind you, Dr. Oluyede, you are talking about infrastructure. You talk about revenue profile of the state. You've talked about what you will do. But let me remind you that this state largely depends on federal allocations. You've made a lot of ambitious promises on jobs, infrastructure, healthcare, agriculture. How exactly are you hoping to fund this with the dependence?
The truth about it is that there has been gross mismanagement of the funds that they have. They have received close to ₦1 trillion since they assumed office. I want them to look. I've challenged Governor Yebanji to come and meet me, and let's talk about what he's done with the money. There's really nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing that I can see.
How would you describe Governor Yebanji's 3 years in office?
I think it's a government of incompetence and no plans. There's no evidence that he has a plan to do anything for this thing.
What would the people say they can hold on? What would they say?
They have to believe in hope that I have a record of investment in this thing.
Hope is not actual.
No, let me tell you what is different.
Yeah.
In the history of this state, I'm the only person at this time that is even trusting the state to think that we can invest in this state. I have invested my money, my time, my energy to say, look, things can be different.
I want specifics, sir. If you can give, are you going to make the lives of the older people better?
Yeah.
Are you going to do free education? Are you going to set up, industrialize the state? What exactly? Economy-wise, security-wise, there are concerns. You are bordered by several states. What are you going to do in terms of commerce and industry? What are you going to do differently? Those are the things, specifics.
There are a few things that we need to talk about. A lot of money is being spent on your personal health in this state. It takes a lot of money from people to be sick. We can afford a free, quantitative and qualitative health and accessible health.
So you're promising them free health care?
I'm promising them
across board.
That is actually different.
Primary and secondary health care.
That's
what about education? This state is very educated people.
We are educated, but our schools are run down. I found out that most schools now cannot even afford to have science teachers. There are no science teachers. PTA are paying for teachers. We should change that. The civil servants are complaining that their bonuses are not being paid. Pensioners haven't been paid have not received their gratuities for about 12, 13 years. Why can't that be done? People are being taxed too much in this state, despite the fact that there's really no business going on. We should stimulate business, not stifle them. They are being stifled.
Are you promising free education across board, free healthcare?
I am promising free health services. I am promising free education to the end of tertiary level.
Let me ask you quickly, sir. In this state, historically speaking,
one of the things I need to say is that we need to review our tax systems. It is overwhelming and stifling business. You cannot afford to start to look. Most of the people are petty traders. They can't even afford the tax.
So this government is overtaxing them.
He's overtaxing them.
So
he's
quickly,
overburdening
because of our time, quickly, this state historically has a situation where you have political godfathers right behind those who assume office. How will the people of, or can the people of Ekiti be guaranteed or assured that if you get elected, you're not going to be controlled by some political godfathers?
The truth about it on record is everybody knows that the godfather I have are the people themselves.
Who is funding you?
The people.
Did they donate? Did they crowdfund for you?
Yes.
They have been. If you tell the people,
and the people, yes, the people have been sacrificing
who
their
are
time.
those funding you?
Myself and the people. I have no godfather, and I can say that.
You're a man of means too, right? You funded largely your campaign.
God has
or you've got some friends supporting you.
God
too.
has blessed me enough to know that I can do this, and I'm doing it as a sacrifice for the state, for taking ourselves off the hands of those people who really don't care about us.
If you lose this election, will you concede defeat?
If I lose this election fairly, I would. But if I don't, definitely I will pursue it and make sure that I do it legally. I make sure that the election is won square and fair.
So you are the anti-consensus candidate. There's a consensus around building your band.
No, actually, I think you're getting it wrong.
The political class have marched behind him.
But
you are the anti-consensus.
What political
All
class?
The former governors are behind him.
That doesn't mean they don't own
that's
the
a consensus
state.
of the group of a political
class. They
class.
don't own the state. They govern
That's what I'm
the
saying.
state.
I'm right
yes.
in my statement to say you are the anti-consensus candidate.
I'm anti their idea.
You don't get their support, but he has their support.
Well, he may have the support, but I have the support of the people.
So you are the people's candidate?
I am the people's candidate.
Is the elite candidate.
Yes, he's anti-people, and it's so evident because he hasn't done anything for them.
Dr. Wale Oluyede, I wish you all the very best.
Thank
tomorrow.
you very
need
much.
all the luck.
I have the luck. I have the wind behind me, and I'm going to get it. Thank you
so much. It's a pleasure having you.
It's a pleasure having you. Thank you.
PDP candidate in the Ekiti governorship election, Dr. Wale Oluyede. But when we return, does the APC have a reply and a response? Are they ready for what will become a fight that Oluyede says he will beat them at the poll? He's got people of the state behind him against the consensus of the political elite in Ekiti State. We'll be right back, everyone. I'm here from the APC side. Join us again. Us on the program. So let's hear on the side from the side of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and the ruling party in the state. I'm being joined by the Director General of the Biodun Yebanji and the APC campaign organization for the Ekiti governorship election by Senator Cyril Fasui. Thanks so much indeed.
Thank you, Sheon,
for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much.
Why are you using force? Are you fighting? Are you taking out the opposition? Why are you stifling the voices of the opposition?
I don't know what you mean by force. I can tell you that as of today, there is no known incidents except the one that happened in Ikere, where the chairman of one of the LCDA was attacked. APC chairman for LCDA in Ikere was attacked. Apart from that, we have 16 local governments in Ekiti. I'm not sure there is one incidence of political...
You heard the PDP candidate before he left. He said that your party has not been accommodating. Your party does not like contest. Your party does not want to hear the voices of opposition. Literally, he was inferring that your party is scared, worried that he's going to lose the election. Why the fear in your camp?
You won't judge what is happening in Ekiti with whatever any opposition person. There is no opposition that can say anything good about you, no matter how decent you have subjected yourself to this political game. And if you want to judge the happening in Ekiti, it's better for you to go to the streets to go and judge. Not what any opposition says. What do you mean by it?
But they say, that's what they say. And if they're accusing you that you are... For example, the pavilion that they applied to you.
That is, hold on. Where did he give you any application that he brought to use the pavilion? The pavilion seats 12,000. Apart from the environment. Can he mobilize 12,000 to sit in that place? Any opposition will be wasting, as far as it is concerned today, any opposition will be wasting their time if they say they want to use the pavilion. Because they can never get any crowd that will fill up that place.
Senator, why is your candidate so quiet in the campaign?
Who is my candidate? Senator, so quiet.
It's quiet.
How do you mean by quiet?
Is that his style or is the approach of your party to this
No, how do you mean by quiet?
That he talks less to the people and how are you hoping to win this election?
Because of what Governor Oyebanji had done in the last 3.5 years. You have gone to the street. Sheon, you won't come here without actually combing the street to know what has happened in the last 3.5 years. Let me tell you the kind of endorsement that Governor Oyebanji had gotten in the last 2 months. All the cabinets in Ekiti, that they have all praised him. You understand? The road transport workers, NUT, NLC, you understand? Norge, Okada riders, what do you call it? NURT and RT return. Every segment of Ekiti, they have all praised Governor Oyebanji.
But the question I'm asking, Senator, is that they see Governor Oyebanji as a reserved, calm, quiet guy.
Yes.
And I'm saying, is that his style and the approach you want to use in winning the election?
And that is why they call him Omoluabi. You understand? It's not the garrulous type. It's not the kind of guy that will be making noise everywhere. And that is why a lot of people love him.
Is the endorsement you're getting not a deceit? Is it a real endorsement?
It is not.
Because, I mean, the PDP candidate said the endorsement is from the elite, but he's got the endorsement of the people.
Where is the endorsement he has gotten? He has not gotten any.
He said the average person, the ordinary.
Who is the ordinary person? Who convinces the people at the grassroots to vote? It is the elite. In my family, if I'm an elite and I have 20 people, is it not me that will go and convince them and say, come and vote for my candidate? This is what my candidate has done. And I tell you, in all the 16 local governments of Ekiti State, there is nowhere they have not seen the handiwork and the effort and everything that Governor Oyebanji.
Tell us about that, Senator.
Okay.
Because elections are ultimately referendums on incumbents.
Yes.
And that's why globally over the last few years, incumbents have suffered at elections. Why should Ekiti people and Ekiti voters renew Governor Oyebanji's mandate when many Nigerians and Ekiti people say they are struggling with inflation, rising food prices, and economic hardship? How do you preach re-election in an economic situation that's that?
There is a global crisis. You understand?
And there's a national crisis.
And there's
a state crisis.
Those crises are not noticeable in Ekiti.
Really?
Yes, they are not.
The food prices are they are different. Food in Ekiti is cheaper than any other place.
This is an agreed
The fuel is cheaper than other places.
No, you won't measure fuel. We are not producers of fuel.
That's the point I'm making.
You will not measure the government of Oyebanji by fuel prices. You can measure it based on health issues, based on food interventions. You understand? Through his programs on agriculture, education, you understand, roads, you understand, human capital development. Those are the things you can measure.
The roads that Oluyede said they are death traps. Infrastructure.
Let me say something.
Are dilapidated in the state.
No. You see, I say one thing. There is no level of your performance that your opponent will praise. It's not possible for them to praise you or something. The only road, or about 2 roads that were bad in this state before, which were federal road, that is Itaure to Aramoko. Go there now and check it. The federal government has come to the head of the state by awarding a contract of about 158 billion to fix those roads. You understand what I'm saying? any other road in Ekiti, there's nowhere you can go to and you say...
Senator,
yes.
I'd like to ask you, your campaign has repeatedly spoken about performance.
Yes.
What are the 3 strongest measurement or measurable achievements of Governor Yebanji that justify another 4 years with the people?
I will tell you about health. I will tell you about education. And I will tell you about infrastructure.
But these are not cheap. They are not free.
They are not free, yes.
But these states used to...
Let me say this.
Even under Fayemi,
there
used to be free education.
You will not compare the government of Governor Fayemi with that of Oyebanji, because under Governor Fayemi, we had late President Buhari. And today, if there's anything that has happened to these states that has made up to live from that era, it is the intervention of the President of Nigeria. You will know that under President Tinubu, all governors have had increase in revenue. An increase in the revenue means what? Translates to increase in development.
So, and how do you measure, Senator? Let's measure. Let's practical measurement. When you say education has improved,
yes,
what is the pass rate or in WAEC of Ekiti?
Go and check it.
I'm asking you.
Yes,
you are the one that is boasting that education has improved.
Of course.
How many have you reduced out of school children in Ekiti State?
Definitely.
What,
even
give us the data.
Go and check the results of the school SAT.
Why are we checking it? Why can't you tell us?
Right now.
But you are the one, you are the DJ of the campaign.
Yes.
You should have the figures.
I am saying to you,
and I've asked you 3 of the major performance.
The pass rate of school SAT in Nigeria, in Ekiti State, is over 80%.
Really?
Yes.
We'll probably will check after the program.
Yeah, you can
but
check.
The question here is that if you are going to the people of the state, because Oluyede has promised free health, free education for the people if he wins the election.
What are we practicing? Are we not doing free health?
Are you giving them free health across board?
We are giving free health.
Across board?
Yes. We are also giving free education, you understand, to secondary school, and for university. We give bursary, we give scholarships.
But that's not free education.
Hold on. So how much are the
when you subsidize, it's different from...
Yes, okay, hold on.
But you enjoy, in the Second and Third Republic, you enjoyed free education, didn't you? I enjoyed free education to a large extent.
To what extent?
You lived in the old Western Republic, didn't you? You grew up in the old Western Republic. Didn't you enjoy free education?
I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But
why is it difficult?
I'm also giving it now.
Free education.
Hold on. Let me say this. Okay.
Across
let me say this. During my time, you won't see the number of students that are in schools those days are the same thing as what we have now. You understand? But in terms of free education for primary and secondary school, it is giving. And in terms of university education, we are doing a lot of scholarship and we are doing a lot of bursary.
Let me ask you, the governor has received a lot of endorsement from across political divide.
Yes.
And the political class seems to be on the former governors, and a lot of them are on the side of the governor.
Yeah.
And critics are saying that these endorsements only reflect elite consensus rather than grassroots approval. How do you respond to that?
Let me tell you, Governor Oyebanji has more grassroots appeal than any governor that has governed this state.
Even more than the likes of Fayoshe?
I'm saying
more than Shegun.
Because you see, let me say something. There was, every time you hear Governor Oyebanji speak, he said he has studied Governor Fayoshe, Fayemi, Niyi Adebayo, and Shegun, and he has brought up all the characteristics of all of them, matched them into one, and that's what he's using as his template. And that is why today you will see a Governor Fayoshe come to him and say, this guy is a... For you to have the acceptability of Governor Fayoshe, you must have been a great guy. You understand? Also for even Engineer Shegun, you understand? So what have you seen? What you have seen is somebody that has understudied all of them to say, I am picking the good aspect of this person, the good aspect of this person. I'm going to merge everything together and use it as a template to rule the state.
Senator,
and that's what you have seen.
Are you worried about the anti-APC sentiment that is going around in the state?
Which anti-APC sentiment?
Those who are complaining about the economic hardship in the country. Because the economy realities. There are those who say it will affect the voting behavior. Those who will punish Oyebanji because of Tinubu's policies.
Let me tell you one thing. As far as it is concerned, you won't go into an election like this without doing a lot of research on the people that are going to vote. And I'm saying to you, what you are saying, those parameters or whatever you are talking about, does not reflect in Ekiti State.
So you think the federal economy realities would not be a way to punish Oyebanji and the APC in the state?
It's not. I am saying
Senator, you might be very wrong by saying that whatever that is going on the federal economy does not reflect on the people of the Ekiti
I'm saying
state.
to you that Ekiti...
Food prices...
in terms of food prices,
inflation,
I'm saying to
headline inflation, unemployment rate, all of these indices, Ekiti State now lives as an island, oblivion of all of the realities of the Nigerian nation.
We are in a better state. We are in a better state in Ekiti more than any other state in terms of all the things you are talking about. The expectation of an average Ekiti person is not so wide. It's not so high. I hope you know that. We are very contented people.
And that's why you are planning to give them money tomorrow on Saturday.
I'm not aware of any money. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a concept around you politician.
That's you are saying politicians, not APC and not
How much are you planning to give them?
I don't know what you are talking about.
But you are the DG of the campaign.
Yes, because such a thing is not in my budget.
What about the aliens Dr. Oluwade spoke about? That you already camped people who are not resident.
I heard everything he said. When you are giving an allegation, the onus is on you to prove what you are giving. Where are the aliens? Where are they camped?
Those who say that Oyebanji is going to lose this election.
Who are the people?
The opposition.
The opposition, they are not our
Some
match.
elements in the state who
are the elements?
There will be a shocker on Saturday.
Who are the elements?
By 12 o'clock, by 1 o'clock.
Money shows the day. You understand? Money shows the day. We are in the evening of an election. So who are the people?
If Governor Oyebanji wins this election, what should the people of Ekiti State expect in the first 100 days that they have not already seen in the last 4 years?
Let me say this to you. Governor Oyebanji will be the first governor to return to Okayoba back to back. We have never had any governor that has done 8 straight years. He will be the one.
What if he doesn't?
He will win. There's nothing like
that's what your optimism.
Do you even know one thing? Throughout this campaign, do you know we never even spoke about winning? We only speak about winning 177 wards in Ekiti and minimum of 500,000. We have 177 wards. Now, if you win 177 out of 177, it means you have won the general election. And we have 1,037,000 registration by voters, and we have about 800 plus as cards that have been collected. And we are saying in APC that we are targeting over 500,000 votes. Now let me give you a little perspective of what happened in 2022, because I was also the Director General. In 2027-22, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji got about 187,000 votes. Engineer Segun only got over 80,000 votes. And the PDP candidate got over 60,000 votes. Today, Engineer Segun is on the side of APC, campaigning vigorously to everyone that voted for him at that time. Yeah. Now, Dr. Ayo Fayose, who was in PDP then, that got over 60,000, is there. And we are saying out of the 60,000 that he got, we are looking at it that as a leader of PDP in the state, who is a member of PDP,
we need to go now,
that not less than 40,000 from those 60,000 will come here. And as of today, I heard Dr. Oluwade say that they are the largest party. What is the population of PDP?
Senator, we are totally out of time, but thank you so much. Senator Asiri Fashui is the Director General of the APC campaign for the governorship election. But many thanks so much, Senator, for coming on the program. And I wish you and your party the very best.
You will see us on Sunday.
But that's the show for tonight. Many thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget ERAD, your election result monitoring platform, that Yaga Africa is platforming alongside Channel Television. We're launching it for this election. It's a good time for you to monitor the vote and see that the results count. Many thanks everyone for watching. I'm Sean Wakimale. God bless Nigeria.